All right, good morning, everybody. Today is November 17th, Tuesday. So I'm going to pop over here, change this chart. Looks like we have a trade setting up on a modified order or modified for the modified strategy with this particular stock right here. So here we are. So our ticker 75.94, 75.31. So about 60 cents. Pull up the calculator. 0.6. So we're looking at 33 shares. 33 enter. All right, and then we're going to buy this long. So we're in nug right now. I typically actually don't even buy this long unless I can short it because I like to speed bump these if they don't work out. But I'm going to go ahead and buy it today because the last couple of these had turned into speed bumps. So hopefully this one will be a winner. We'll see. Looking on the board, is there anything else to look at getting? No. Got 30 seconds left. Yeah, nothing else over here to trade. Okay, so we're going to take this trade. And the markets look like they're, no, at least the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ looks like it's selling off right now all morning. So let's see if this will keep on running. It's the gold miners. All right, so here we go. Got 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, buy. All right, we're going to mark it up. And we got a bit of a tower candle here as the algorithm has switched in the middle of the candle. So we could see retracement of this. Okay, I'm going to put my stop in down here. If it retraces this whole candle, it may be going the other direction. So I'm just going to put my stop in here. 75, 58, make it break it. 53, 75, 53. Which I should have did first just in case this did go the wrong way. All right, cool. So there we go. So our stop's in. Yeah, if this retraces this whole candle, it may be over for this. It may continue on the downside. And like I said, pretty much everything on all my charts looks like it's pretty much going red. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got another one switching here real quick. Let's see if I can grab it in time. So 52, 54. 52, so about 50 cents, so about 40 shares. Enter. And we're going to buy at the close of this candle. All right, so now we're in. So now we got two trades working. We have this one and we have nug. Oh, wrong tool. Let me put my stop in first real quick. 32.61, 32.61. All right, so we got two day trades in here right now. We have this one right here with TWOU, which is a combination of normal day trading strategy as well as a modified play. It's meeting both of those rules. So hopefully this will be a winner. And then we also have NUGT, and that one is still in play right now. It's on its way back up, which is great. And we're waiting for a couple other ones. So this could turn out to be pretty good, hopefully. Or we'll have a whole bunch of losers. One or the other. We're going to find out all together. So right now we have QQQ and SP and SPY or SP 500 and the NASDAQ is selling off pretty hard this morning. So typically, the 30-minute candle is getting ready to close here in 3 minutes. So if my two tickers that I'm in right now can hang on, there probably will be some retracement of those giant candles over there on the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. So if the market in general starts to do a nice retracement, there's a good possibility that rising tides will lift all boats. But if these don't hold on, then I won't be a part of that. So we got about 2 minutes left. I'm tempted to move my stop on here to give it some more room to breathe and to give it a chance to be a part of that retracement. So I'm going to do that just a little bit. I don't want to move it too much because see, if I get out here, I lose my $20, which is great, right? Because then if I win in TWOU, then I make that back and we're even on the day. But now moving my stop here, if I take a hit here, I need 2 trades now to get back on the day. And I don't know if I want that, but I do. I mean, I got a minute left, roughly a minute 10 seconds. So if this can hang on for that minute 10, there's a high probability that this is going to have some nice retracement. And I would hate to get bounced out right before that retracement happens. So that's why I've moved that stop for this minute. At the end of this minute, I'm going to let that retracement take place and move my stop back up. So we got about 50 seconds left. We'll see what this does. The other part of that is a lot of times candles don't finish at their low. So we got about 25 seconds left. So you can see most candles will have a wick at the bottom. So I move my stop, give it some room just in case it did a quick breathe, and then starts to move its way back up. Not that this candle will finish, this is not at its low right now, and it could create a lower low and still pull up. But the 30-minute candles I'm looking at for the NASDAQ and S&P 500, there's only 15 sec 10. All right, they're going to finish at their lows. All right, bad sign, bad sign. So let's give it a chance to retrace. Okay, so the NASDAQ and S&P 500 are starting to retrace now. We'll see if this one will follow suit or how much they will retrace. Okay, so NUG's breaking that. Man, I wish I could speed bump this thing. Usually I don't trade it unless I can speed bump it, because right now I'd be speed bumping it. All right, which means if I'm going to speed bump it, I might as well get out. So move my stop up. We'll take a little bit less than $20 loss if we get hit here. And all good. Okay, retracement's taking place pretty fast here on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Let's see if I can pull up those charts. Okay, so here we go. So you can see that retracement. This is on the 5-minute. I like to look at it in the 30 minutes, so I have to be way up here for 50% retracement. But unfortunately, NUG is not responding too well to that. Let's see, retracement right there. So just as I expected. And then NUG is not responding. So it looks like we'll just get stopped out on that one. And then we'll see what happens with TWOU, which, there you go. Okay, so NUG, we're out of NUG. So normally I don't take these trades on NUG, these modified plays, unless I can speed bump it. But I did, and we took a loss. So that's how it goes. So what do we lose? 21 bucks. All right, cool. So now we are in TWOU. So hopefully we can recover that 20 and change here and then get some other winners on the board and have a green day. So some of you might be asking the question of, if I knew that the S&P 500 or the SPY and the QQQ is going to retrace, why not buy the bottom of that candle and play the retracement on it? And it's really about a ratio there. Like, I don't know for sure how much it's going to retrace. Sometimes it'll go down a little before it comes up and retraces. So then where do I put my stop to make sure I take advantage of the breathe before it retraces, and making sure that, if I'm going to do that on a regular basis, that my stop and my wins are at least equal to my losses or better, and then trying to factor all those numbers in to calculate the right way to play it. There's just a lot that goes into that. So and I don't see the statistical probability that lets me feel good about the numbers at the end of the year that I'm going to be a winner at the end. So that's why I don't trade it. Not that I couldn't probably spend the next 6 months to a year working on those details to have an exact play there, but I haven't done that, so I don't trade it, and that's basically why. I need to have a statistical proven probability of success with an exact entry and exit price that's going to show me that my wins are going to outweigh my losses. And I just don't have that with those tower candles yet, so I don't trade them yet. All right, so I'm going to bounce back over here to show you this real quick. So NUG, you can see that if I had speed bumped this play, we would have recovered everything. So that was the plan, and I normally don't trade it unless I can speed bump it. But a lot of times when the market's like on a nice sell off, a nice cruise lower, I should say, not like a big giant spike down, but a cruise lower, a lot of times this will find, it wants to buck the trend, which it started to do here, and then it just didn't hold. So that's why I ended up taking the trade anyway. Obviously was not a good idea. But yeah, so normally this modified play is I only trade it to the long side when the modified setup happens, if I can also short it and then I can do this and then usually recover it and then make some money on it at the same time. So that didn't happen, and I traded it anyway, so we took a loss. But hopefully, TWOU, which is not going the right direction right now, will turn around and go up, 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 up. So it's getting some major resistance right here. You can see that by the way these candles come into this area and get rejected, come in the area and get rejected. So it's having a really hard time getting through that resistance. We'll see what it does. And then we got 2 more trades that look like they're setting up right now. So yeah, if they set up, that'll be great. We can jump over there and take them. Okay, so we got stopped out. We speed bumped that play. We bumped up our shares to the 50 that we were going to have. So we should be able to recover all of our loss on this and then maybe a little bit. Let's mark this up for a speed bump. And then we got another trade we might have to take here real fast. Okay, I'm going to move my stop. Right here is where I'm supposed to put my stop, but for now I'm going to move it to high of day, 33.15. 33.15. Okay, so we got 45 seconds, 28.60, 28.57, 27. Okay, so about $1. So I'm going to go with 25 shares and buy. All right, cool. So we are in, and then I'm going to I'll put my stop in real quick, and then I'll mark it up. 67.60. So one thing I can do, because I didn't use my calculator, is I might be missing opportunity, but let's just take a closer look here. So 67.58. So really it's like $1. So I have a few more shares than I should have in this trade right now. To risk lose 20. I'm looking closer to 25, but okay. So what I was going to say is if I didn't buy enough shares of this one and it was still at the entry price, I could always add to this position. Or if it pulled back a little bit, I can add those additional shares in the pullback and get a little extra bonus money if I'm right. But it's already moving, and we are actually over leveraged, and my other trade is actually setting up right now. We got about 30 seconds left, so 148.76, 148, 140. I'm gonna probably go here, but I gotta go from the algorithm. 148.76. Yeah, so we're about 80 cents on this one. 75 cents, 80 cents. What time is it? I got 10 seconds. So we're gonna go with 20 shares. So we're about $1, and then we're gonna short right now. All right, cool. So we're in short. Gonna mark this up. I'm gonna go from the high of this candle for my stop, but the markup always has to be where the algorithm is telling me to put it. All right, let's put our stop in real quick. I'm gonna go high, make a new high, a higher high, if you will. For now, 149.01, and I'm short, so I'm gonna buy it to get out. And again, I always tell myself that because I'll put it on the wrong side, then I'll just add to my position. 149.01. Is that what I said? 149.04. Again, we're inside on this candle, inside the body on the switch. 149.04. I gotta get this stop in real quick just in case. So I want to give it some room to retrace. It may retrace the whole thing before it rolls back over. So I'm starting my stop at the top here, and we'll see how this thing plays out. Put my price levels in. So you can see here that it's pretty much a full retracement of that candle. Now we'll see if it wants to break out and start to make new highs, and this thing could be running on its way up, or if it's going to roll over and go back down. A lot of red on my charts over here, so hopefully this will follow suit and head back down like I anticipated to do. But yeah, it could be wrong, but definitely retracement was expected. And that's why I put my stop above that candle. And yeah, so let's see what happens. All right, so there we go. So we're at a QCOM for a loss there of 20 bucks. So one thing that I'm doing well today is I'm hitting my 20, roughly the 20, right? I'm not losing 30 bucks on a trade when I'm expecting to lose 20. So far I'm doing that well today, although I did break the rules on NUG, which should have been a winner. Let's go over there real quick. So I shouldn't have traded it, or I should have located shares if I was going to trade this so that I could short, and it would have been a nice winner actually. So that would have been good, but I broke the rules, so that's a loser. And we took our loser on TWOU, and we just took our loser on QCOM, and we're still in the speed bump on TWOU. It's looking pretty good still. And then CVS. CVS might be a loser too. So yeah, it might be one of those days. If this turns out to be one of those days, and Friday that I missed is really going to hurt, because Friday was like an all-winning day. Like every trade hit and they were all big winners. And I could use Friday to pay for today. So I missed that day, and that's why today may sting a little. But you know, that's how it goes. And that's one of the things when you look at your probability of success, like why do you have an 80% success strategy? Why do you have a winning strategy? Is it because you get lucky and you trade once in a while, or is it because you trade every opportunity? And then if it is because you trade every opportunity, then what happens if you don't trade every opportunity, right? So then luck plays a factor, and if you're not lucky, well, then you take losses, and you start to draw down your account. So and if you are trading on luck, then your luck might run out. So something to think about, traders. If you're day trading, what is the reason why you have success, and why is the strategy you're doing an 80% or 60% or 70%, whatever it might be? How did you get that percentage? If you bought a strategy from somebody, how did they get that percentage? And are you able to keep up with that level that's required to be able to have that percentage? Like some strategies boast a 70% win rate, but they'll put out like 20 trades in a day, and you'll have to be able to take all 20 trades every single day, and have an account and the ability to even manage that many trades when they can all be happening really fast. So yeah, it's great. Hey, look, 70% win rate. You have to buy 20 stocks a day or more, and it has to be every single day. Is that even possible? So some stuff to look at when you're looking at strategies or your own strategy. How do you get that win rate? Okay, so let's look over to TWOU for a second. So TWOU, can I add to my position here? Is this adding to a loser? So the answer is no, it's not adding to a loser, but I could add to my position because this is a major tower candle right here, even though the algorithm did not switch in the middle of it. So actually, no, I wouldn't add to my position. So the algorithm didn't switch in the middle of this, so I wouldn't classify it as a tower candle. The other thing is, like, you have this massive candle here that is a tower candle, and we're trading inside of this candle right now. So there's a consolidation happening here. So if I were to add to my position here, I'm almost to risk. So I would be risking a little bit more than the 20 I had anticipated. But at the same time, the probability that this is going to retrace back down after it just hit the top of it is pretty high, and it's trading inside of this massive candle over here. So from a technical side, I could add to my position here, and when it came back down, I could probably jump out for a small profit. So that is a possibility that I could do. I'm thinking about doing actually, because we are trading, it looks like, inside of this first opening candle that's massive, and we could be pulling back down. But then other technicals will look at it and see, a trend line that's forming to the upside here. Maybe a wedge, and a wedge, when it breaks to the downside, it breaks pretty nice. So there's a lot of reasons to potentially add to this position here from a technical standpoint. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If this pulls back up a little bit here, I may add to my position. Okay, so here we are over at CVS, looking to stop us out possibly. So that's unfortunate, but that's what it looks like. Our stop's actually a little bit in the wrong position here. Come on. There we go. All right, so yeah, look like we just might get stopped out of CVS. If we do, this might trigger a short trade as well. So, which is the typical direction I traded. This is modified play here, not normal algorithm play. Normal algorithm play, we don't have permission yet. You can see that. We had permission to go long, but this didn't qualify here for an algorithm play because the statistical probability is not as good as it needs to be. It's like 70% on a normal algorithm play, but on my modified setup, it's really, really good. So unfortunately, it might be a loser today as well. Everything losing at the same time. I guess that's good. Get it all out of the way, and then we can get back on the winning streak. So we'll see here. Looking at this, we get stopped out. We'll speed bump this, it looks like, because it will also be a setup for a short. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. The biggest risk about switching this to a short right now is I do have, looks like I'm barely going to get permission here. So from an algorithm play, this might actually be a play. It's on the red line, so it's not quite in the permission zone yet. If this would be a bigger candle, this would give me permission. We can be in. But we are in a consolidation area. And because this isn't giving me permission, it's telling me, okay, so we're out, and I'm going to go ahead and speed bump this. It's telling me that we are kind of in that consolidation area, although we're borderline. We're still in the consolidation potential, so we'll see. We speed bumped it. We're in short now, and we'll see what happens here. Gonna mark up the short. All right, so as we're approaching this level again, I'm going to go ahead and add to my position. So we got 50 shares right now. I'm going to add 50 more. And then it's close to risk. So I'm going to go ahead and, sell. And then I already had the 50 there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 50 right next to the stop I already got in place. All right, so that was good timing, it looks like. What are we at? 32.96. 32 right here. All right, there we go. So now I got my two positions in close to risk. I'm going to go ahead and mark where I entered that one in. Let me go look at my monitor here real quick. And monitor tab 3284 is where I got that at. All right, so 3284. That's too bad that we didn't get a good fill on that. Should have got it up here, 87. All right, well, is what it is. Cool, so there we are. So now I got that half in, so when we come back down here, I can pull that down and take that half off, and then it'll be a wash, basically. You know, if it does come all the way back up and get me out of my other half, then it'll be a really small loss, basically. And if this trade goes against me, I'm really close to risk with this second half, so it'll be also, you know, a pretty low risk reward, you know, low risk, high reward trade here. All right, so here we are on TWOU. We did get stopped out on this one. This one finally boosted through, so we took a loss. So our total loss on this trade for the day is $43.88. So it's two trades. You know, we're trying to risk reward around $20 a trade. So even though I added to that position, it didn't hurt too bad. You know, it's only a couple extra dollars right there. So this one's boosted now, so we are out of it. The positive is CVS. CVS is going in our direction right here. So pretty nice. CVS is hooking us up. So hopefully this can keep on selling off, and maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a 2R out of it, and that'll recover our day pretty much. We had two other trades on the board, but they're pretty much done. We never got to trade them. They didn't set up. So this will be the last chance to recover some of the day, or it's going to be a pretty big red day. But, you know, you're going to have them. I'm glad to get it out of the way. I just wish Friday I didn't take the day off and would have had Friday to pay for it. So that's how it goes. We'll see how we finish out the day. All right, so just noticing I never put a stop in. Oh, man. This is the second time I did that this week. Not good. All right, but we are going to put our stop in just at break even since we made it pretty much 90% of the way here. So break even would be about 67.57. We're short, so we're buying to get it back. All right, so no, we don't want to do that. Cancel 2 orders. So we have 25 shares. Change it to 25. Now 67.57. right, cool. So 25 shares, 25 on the order, and then we'll get out pretty much break even. And I'll move it down a couple pennies just in case there's slippage. We're gonna take a red trade on it. All right, there we go. All right, so this thing is slowly creeping along. I'm gonna head out and then I'll just execute this trade on my phone. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set an alert though. I wanna know when it gets to this level. So I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna come down to alerts, create alert. And then at or below, right there, and then create. So now it's gonna send me a text message and an email once it gets to this level. So then I can come in and manage this trade. So I'm gonna head out and check it out, and then I'll have to close out this trade from my phone. So I'm gonna stop the recording here.